Hey guys, and welcome back to This One Life We Live, where we are building our new house from scratch. It's a modern style barndominium. We are on year 2 of the 2-year deadline that our township gave us. So we are cracking away as fast as we can. Today we are going to be going through and prepping out everything to begin installing our hardwood floors. We are also going to go through and implement something new. We are going to add an acoustic slat wall into our house because it has a lot of echo. Now the acoustic slat wall is dual purpose. It provides a really nice focal point for a large wall, but it also helps cut down on echo. Lastly, we're also going to be installing our pocket doors. A little bit tricky, not too bad. Let's go take a look at today's video, and if you're new, subscribe to stay up to date on all of the cool ideas that we're going to be putting together. Let's go. Well, we are flying by the seat of our pants, chasing Eric around. He's just been jumping out here and tidying up loose ends. So we're working on framing out the stairway right now and the accent wall. So I apologize at how rough I look. I've got an infection thing going on, so just try not to look at me too much. Oh, do you need my help with this or no?
Okay.
Let me know what?
I want to get that blade. Oh yeah, look at that right there.
My son's poor violin teacher. He was a man just a little bit older than us, and he was a professional violinist. He was very good at what he did, and he ran a music studio locally here in town, where my son took violin lessons from him. Used to. Until he met up with a table saw one day while working on some things in his house. I don't know exactly how it happened, but he ended up losing 4 of his 5 fingers on his main violin hand, rendering him unable to ever play violin again. It was the saddest thing I had ever heard. But every time the table saw turns on, I think to myself, I wonder exactly how it happened that he lost his fingers, and I'm always just a little bit nervous about it. Eric popped out here and he got all the trim put up around this door. It still needs to be dusted. I gotta paint the ends yet. We gotta put the putty over the nail holes. Yep, those are deep enough. And that should be good to go. I think I might need a little caulk bead too. This one still needs to finish getting caulked. And then we got this one all done. Look at that, guys. Obviously it still needs, the little tidy up finishes, but we got all that trim up. Wow, it almost looks finished now. We also marked out where our slat wall panels are gonna go. We came out here one evening with a laser level and ran it up the walls. Man, I'm telling you, if you're doing any sort of construction, have a laser level. They are so handy to have. So we ran it up, marked it so we could see it better during the day. And now Eric is going through framing in the floor, because we are doing wood flooring again in here. So we've got this beautiful little mitered edge. Looks fantastic. And Eric is working on the bull nose. Now I'm sure you're wondering what the 2 wires are sticking up out of the base of the wall here. Those are actually for 2 spotlights that are going to be shining up the side of the wall onto our slat wall. It's basically going to be a really fancy accent wall. However, we ran into a little bit of an issue because this wall end here is just a little bit short.
So trying to get spotlights mounted onto it and shining upward proves to be a lot more of a battle than we were expecting. But the first step is to drill the holes. And as you'll see, even that simple step wasn't so simple.
All right, so it is just a little bit chilly in here, even though it was decently warm today. Not too warm, but probably should have had the shades up, but haven't been out here yet. So first, to address all of your random questions, yes, I am wearing a dress. No, it's not because I was doing anything fancy. And yes, I am covered in a very horrific staph infection. So hence the dress. I apologize, and I can't put anything on my arms right now because they're trying to heal, so I have a blanket because I'm freezing. So that's what we're dealing with today. So I apologize at the crazy fashion show that's going to be happening, but you know what? A couple more days and I think we'll be clear. And no, I don't know where it came from. It just seems to happen every year about the same time, but this year it got really bad. Really bad. So thankfully it's on its way out. Anyway, here is what Eric's been working on while I've been doing other things. So the current project now is we are going to be working on the slat wall. This has been one of those things that Eric has been dying to get up for weeks, actually for months, because we ordered our panels way back in October. Because they were having a sale and we didn't know that the sale was going to continue on. A lot of these sales just recycle. But anyway, so we picked those up a long time ago. Eric pulled them all out. So now we are actually building a trellis framework. You don't have to do this to put these on. However, if you want the ultimate sound absorption or diffusion, this is what they recommend to do. Because when the sound hits these panels, it hits this felt. So this is a felt material, like a artificial felt, actually. It's like a plastic felt. The wood, and then all of this. And this felt actually absorbs the vibration. So if this was directly on your drywall, you're still going to have a little bit of residualness vibrating on there. But when you have it away from the wall, just a tiny bit with these furring strips, it breaks the vibration, or at least breaks it up. So it's supposed to give it the ultimate sound diffusion. And I mean, really, it takes a little bit longer, but if it's going to help with the sound diffusion, I think it's well worth it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but at least we'll give it a shot. Before we can do all that, Eric wants to get this trim, Eric wants to get this trim right here glued down to the floor. So he's going to glue and nail it down. first round of hardwood flooring. It's hard to capture it on camera. It doesn't even capture what it looks like.
Making this footer board proved to be a lot more time consuming than we had anticipated. We ended up having to move the wires closer to the opening of the basement hole there, which meant drilling new holes and, of course, filling the old holes back in. Fortunately, we were able to find plugs at the store, and after a little bit of glue, they went right in. You couldn't even tell they were there by the time I was done.
Phew. Nothing like the dog days of springtime. We're supposed to get another possible tornado tonight. So we've got some major storms that are gonna be blowing through. Major storms, not that you can see just yet. But wow, it is gorgeous. Yes, I'm still bundling staff, and Eric is doing what? Oh, Carl snuck in. So what have you been doing in here?
We got this all screwed in up to the first panel.
Oh, okay. Did you go through and glue it already too?
No, we're not.
So you want to show me what else you've been working on out here?
Pocket doors. I just painted these at work.
These were white, and Eric found these on Facebook Marketplace. These were just regular doors, and
Solid core.
and it happens to be the same pattern as our entry doors in the hallway here. So we're turning them into pocket doors.
They're gonna be $700 from Lowe's, and I got these for $200.
$700 a piece or $700 total?
Both. So $350 a piece,
Oh,
and then I got these for $100 a piece.
so save some cash. And that's pretty much what we've been doing, is flipping cash around from one side to another. All right, so we do need to make sure that our pocket door kits, which are up here, will work for that. So I do have directions for all this stuff. So we are starting on the laundry room door first because this door will have the least amount of light coming up here soon. So what we're doing is adding a shim onto the back of the door. So this is going to help prevent it from slamming and disappearing into the pockets.
Okay. got rubber bumps in the bottom. Keyboard thing,
Okay, here is the completed first pocket door. This is the laundry room door. So the biggest issue we had with this whole thing was just trying to get it hung up here at the top. So we ended up with some pry boards.
There's no room to get your finger in there.
Right, you pretty much just need to use like a flathead screwdriver. So this is all gonna get shimmed here all the way around. We're gonna have trim here, so this is gonna be set in there. And then we're gonna add some felt runners on the bottom up down there, and maybe up here too, just to keep it from bouncing and rubbing on the inside of this metal track and scratching it all up.
I'm gonna trim it out too, so it's a closer fit, so it doesn't bounce so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have as much
play.
Yeah, we'll just put felt on the top and bottom.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a cheap kit. This was like $100, so. Yep, we got the last one closed. Kind of looks like just a blank, It looks like it's just a black doorway.
It just looks like a black hole. That's crazy. Oh, I could see people just walking right into that door.
Yeah, especially at night. Not that we'd ever have it closed, except for, you know.
That's crazy. Yeah, black hole, baby.
It's like going into another portal.
Push on the other side.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna need to get oiled up there. That's hard to pull. WD-40 or something up in there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're not subscribed, feel free to hit the subscribe button and click that like button. I'm so excited to begin showing you the cool features that we have coming up. We didn't get the slat wall installed just yet. It was a long and tedious process, mostly because of the stairway. But once we got it up, oh, it looks fantastic. So definitely stay tuned for the next video where we begin installing the slat wall. We are also going to start in a little bit more on flooring and a couple other things. Thank you so much, guys. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. If you have any comments or any suggestions or questions, leave them down below. Have an awesome week. Bye.